All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to unpack the incredible origin story of one of mythology's most powerful and, let's be honest, intimidating figures, Kaal Bhairav. He's the fierce form of Lord Shiva, and as you're about to see, he's the ultimate master of both time and justice. So where does a story this epic even begin? Well, it all kicks off with a single, seemingly simple question, but a question so loaded it would literally shake the heavens. And that question was, who is the greatest in the entire universe? So you have this gathering of the gods, right? And what starts as maybe a friendly debate, well, it doesn't stay friendly for long. Pride gets in the way, things get heated, and suddenly the entire cosmic balance is on the line. And this is where it all goes wrong. You've got Brahma, the creator god himself, who, in a massive moment of ego, stands up and declares, I am the supreme being. And in saying that, he's not just boasting, he's directly insulting Lord Shiva. This wasn't just a simple argument anymore. It was an act that threw the whole universe out of whack. Well, as you can imagine, the universe doesn't just sit back and let that happen. An imbalance that big, it demands a response. And that response came in the form of pure, unfiltered, divine fury, giving birth to something new and, frankly, terrifying. Lord Shiva was absolutely enraged by this disrespect, and from that rage, something emerged. A part of Shiva himself, the literal embodiment of his anger, burst into existence. This new being had one and only one purpose: to put things right. And let me tell you, this was no ordinary entity. Imagine this, a form that was somehow both brilliant and dazzling, but also dark and terrifying, clad in skeletons. He's holding this fearsome trident, and he's given a name that sends shivers down your spine: Kaal Bhairav. The name itself is so powerful. Kaal means both time and death, so right from the get-go, he is established as the undisputed Lord of Time. So, what's the first thing this brand new, all-powerful being does? He gets right to work. His first order of business was to deliver a lesson that no one would ever forget. And the message was crystal clear. Nobody, not even a creator god, is above cosmic law. And how do you teach a lesson like that? You go straight to the source of the problem. To completely shatter Brahma's pride, Kaal Bhairav did the unthinkable. He sliced off Brahma's fifth head, the very one that had uttered those arrogant words. Talk about a powerful statement. This was divine justice, swift and severe. Okay, but here's the twist. Even when you're delivering divine justice, there are still consequences. See, Brahma was a Brahmin, the highest priestly class. So by doing what he did, Kaal Bhairav incurred a very serious sin called Brahma Hatya Dosh, and the consequence was immediate and, well, pretty gruesome. The severed skull of Brahma fused itself right onto Kaal Bhairav's hand, becoming a permanent reminder of his action. And that right there kicks off the next part of his incredible journey. To cleanse himself of this sin, Kaal Bhairav had to embark on a long, tough pilgrimage. He was now destined to wander the cosmos, not as a god of wrath, but as a humble beggar. So his journey for atonement had these really distinct steps. First, he commits the act and gets the sin. Then, that skull attached to his hand, it becomes his begging bowl. He wanders everywhere as an ascetic, a holy man, searching for one specific thing, a sacred place that could finally set him free from this burden. And I mean, he wandered everywhere, across all the realms for ages. But finally, after this immense cosmic journey, his path led him to a very special place on Earth, the holy city of Kashi, which you might know today as Varanasi. And the second he entered the city, it was like magic. That heavy sin, the Brahmahatya dosh that he had carried for so long, just vanished. Poof! The skull fell from his hand. Instantly, he was free, absolved of everything. Kashi wasn't just a city. It was the place of his salvation. Now, because Kashi was the place of his liberation, a new role was given to him. He was made the supreme guardian of the city. Think of him as the ultimate protector, the judge, the gatekeeper. His authority there is so total. There's an old saying that even Lord Shiva, the very god he came from, has to ask Kaal Bhairav's permission to be in Kashi. That's how much power he holds there.
So, this incredible origin story is what really cemented Kaal Bhairav's legacy for all time. To this day, millions of people worship him. But they don't just see him as this terrifying enforcer, they see him as a powerful protector, a divine guide who looks out for them. And this is what's so fascinating about him. He has this incredible duality. On the one hand, you have the fierce god of justice, the one who will absolutely punish ego and any kind of wrongdoing. But on the other hand, you have this incredibly devoted protector of his followers, who will guard them from any and all harm, any negativity, any fear.
You know how most deities have a sacred animal they ride, their vahana? Well, Kaal Bhairav's is the dog. And that's no accident. A dog symbolizes loyalty, right? Total security, and a watchfulness that never, ever wavers. All of these qualities are a perfect mirror of Kaal Bhairav's own role as the ultimate guardian.
So what are people actually asking for when they worship Kaal Bhairav? They're seeking some really powerful blessings, or boons. We're talking about everything from protection during a crisis and getting divine justice, all the way to more internal, profound things, like gaining victory over your deepest fears, achieving spiritual mastery, and even gaining some form of control over time itself. It's pretty amazing. Which brings us to a final, pretty deep thought to leave you with. The legend of Kaal Bhairav is amazing because it shows how something born from pure rage can transform into a symbol of ultimate protection and justice. His story, from punishment to penance to guardianship, leaves us with a question that really hits home, one that connects directly to his greatest gift to his devotees. Is it really possible for us to conquer our own fear?